Alright guys, we're back with more Yakuza Like a Dragon. We're going to continue on here with chapter 12. We spent the entire morning grinding, and I feel like we're in a good spot right now. Hopefully, to be able to do things, and we leveled up like 7 levels, so we got much better equipment and everything, so I feel like we're good. So let's go.
Starts to happen again.
I think I still have 6 million yen too. That's kind of ridiculous. Where am I going again?
But this was the start of everything.
Oh, on the alliance. This was. I was at the bottom.
It flipped back.
I am listening to the RJP recap for tonight's episode of BB Can. It is late already. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. Past 1 o'clock in the morning.
Ends up changing his mind later and pitching against it, and then changing his mind again and pitching
I got
forward
home,
again.
Homework day around 11.
And the guys,
and
Ty and Jed
watched Celebrity Circle and watched Big Brother Canada, the new episode, and things are according to plan. That was able to take notes on Celebrity Circle, then take notes on BB Can, and while taking notes also wrote the Celebrity Circle video. So,
Beth and Toya get into it because of this.
Everything pretty much worked out.
Tina is annoyed at all the flipping that's going on.
I'm starting this about half an hour too late, but
find out
whatever.
that things have been flipping, and they find out from Victoria
yeah, Big Brother results were pretty
Toya
fun.
is the one leading the charge.
Victoria is
Toya
HOH.
is pissed off the flip's not happening. She's been outed for leading the charge. And then Toya and Kiefer find out that Victoria ratted Toya out. And Ro and Kyle find out that Kiefer has been ratting them out. And it's a big old mess heading into this HOH competition, especially because Arissa announces no more teams.
So yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be recording
I'm
this.
excited, Phil.
Ideally, I would record for like 2 to 3 episodes here, but again, it's really late already, so for all I know, I'm going to be super tired after this one episode. We'll see though. Yeah, the plan for tomorrow is still the same. In an ideal world, I would get the 4 remaining videos I have to record. I'll get all of them done tomorrow. It's a lot though. I mean, even though they're 4 shorter videos, it's still like a lot to do 4 videos in a row. But I'm gonna try. We'll see. We'll see how long I go until I get tired. I'll probably do the Amazing Race and the Amazing Race top 10 and the Sasuke 39 videos first, then save the 2 Yakuza videos for last.
Just so we can actually see Big Brother again, and just see the people make decisions.
Yeah, today seems like it was a pretty shit day for my YouTube channel. Subscribers actually wasn't terrible. Like, it was pretty consistent. Like, it was a solid day for subscribers, but like viewership was pretty bad.
I was shocked to hear that, to be honest, because I really thought it was gonna last for 4 weeks, but
and like pretty much my Life is Strange video just completely died.
I just feel like it hinders gameplay.
Yeah, the teams is so fucking dumb. Like the fact that we're ending it this soon, which like I don't like it. Like I mean I think teams in Big Brother could work, but I feel like the way they went with it, where it's just like, oh, this team has immunity, like that just kind of ruins the point of it.
For us to have the team's twist gone this early,
I think it would have been a lot more interesting if like each team had an HOH, and then they have to nominate someone within their own team or something like that, and then those 2 people are in the block or something to that. Like, yeah, I think it would have been interesting if there had to be inner team. I just feel like it would have been more interesting than what they did, which was just straight up Survivor.
If LaToya wants something, I just figured LaToya's gonna get it. So I don't know how it ended up slipping out from her fingers. I mean, at this point, she's in a precarious position if Josh leaves and Rohan stays, and he stayed. So I don't know how it's gonna play out.
Yeah, I mean, Toya had basically surrendered to the group by the end of last night. But because of some of the events that took place this morning with Kyle and Ro figuring out that Kiefer is ratting them out, and they had a talk with Tina and Tara about them saying, look, Kiefer told us that you were coming after us. And they were like, that's not true.
But yeah, because of that, and also tomorrow I'm also going to be taking care of my parents' dog for a good chunk of the day. Because of those reasons, probably not going to be recording too much here.
Right before the feed's cut, and obviously, Toya, as said in the episode tonight, has Tina as her number one. Toya is one of the key numbers for Tina. So you kind of expect that there's definitely a chance that Tina brings this to Toya and the group at large and says, look, I know we don't want to do this, but this is real now. He's coming straight at us, and that they could have pulled off some kind of last-minute flip before the episode happened. Obviously, that did not occur. And so that's why we, heading into the episode, were like, we don't know where this is going to go. And this is definitely one of those cases where, like, usually the feed watchers go into the eviction episode, and it's a lot less tense than, like, an episode watcher, because the episode watcher is, doesn't know what's going to happen with feed watchers do. This was definitely a case where it was, like, way more exciting to go in as a feed watcher than an episode watcher, and that, I feel like that's normally the case with Big Brother Canada, just because they're just not great at portraying the stuff that's actually going on. But so this is where we're at. I love that the teams are done.
Yeah,
This immediately brought to mind Big Brother 17. When they were like, all right, let's get ready for a takeover. And it was like, this is a flop. This is a terrible twist. And they were like, okay, you know what? Fine. We'll just forget about it.
They're like, we have Gronk. We have to use him. But once he's done his takeover, we're done.
Wait, where am I going?
I wonder, to be honest, if it's just because of the Sunsetters. I'm not going to say, like, the Sunsetters killed the
Oh, it's like a dungeness thing. Okay. I got it.
Obviously making alliances between the teams. But I wonder if, you know, they thought it was going to go the way of, like, Big Brother 6.
Oh, just one guy?
If that would have happened, they probably would have kept the teams going much longer, right? Like,
Oh, look at that. Fuck. They're decimating them.
Or something like that. But it just didn't play out that
Are we
way.
too high leveled now?
What is the point of this?
That'd be fun if we're too high leveled. I would really like that. Because again, I'm trying to blow through this game at this point. Like, just fucking end this game, please. Not that I'm not liking the game, but just like we've been playing it for way too fucking long at this point.
And no players, no added players. I even got some people saying that they felt like that they might be added today, but nothing. No more players. We have
Wait,
this
what was it that I got?
14-person cast, which I love.
Oh, was it this?
We didn't need
Ooh,
anything else.
it's good for
One week it was
defense.
for the teams to go away, and they did. They went away. And now I'm genuinely looking at this season and this cast, and I'm like, there's nothing holding it back anymore. Like, this is so exciting. With a great cast, they're all playing the game hard. It's a smaller amount of people. There's no dumb twists in the way anymore. I'm pumped.
Taryn, I know you did like an exit interview with Julie. Is Julie home? Do we know if Julie's like,
Julie's home.
Yeah. She's been tweeting. She's been
Okay, so that's exciting for the thought that we might even just have like a 14-person season, and legit a 14-person season where no one's ever gonna, you know, who knows if they'll do a battle back jury or something like that. But either way, I just love this small cast and just loving to see them all playing twins down to finish.
Okay. Again, this is weird to have like these one-person fights. Oh, this guy's tough to kill.
We leave off other than the editing not being perfectly accurate. The other main complaint I would have with the episode is that they love to just not release the HOH competitions in the episode.
That is such garbage.
It's so bad. I don't
Because also, like, all the people who, like, really, like, I mean, look, I get tax fans don't care, whatever, but the point is that, like, all of us who are watching it are so excited to see who's the next HOH. And then when they leave us on a cliffhanger, it's not like we're sitting there twiddling our thumbs till the next episode, like, oh, I wonder who it's gonna be. It's like we find out in a few minutes, very, like, just, like, womp, like, on the feeds, where they just, like, are, like, they come on and they're in the HOH room. It's like, we don't get that excitement of an HOH comp. And then we just get some wasted time in the next episode where we already know the HOH. There's no suspense. There's no caring about it, because we're like, yeah, get this over with, get noms. Like, I don't understand why they do this. I mean, way to end it because also like you want to be excited about the next week. Like you want to come in and be excited because you're like, I don't know who they're gonna nominate. I wonder what they do with
That's
that
a weird
power.
one, sure.
Not like, oh, I don't know who's gonna be the HOH. I feel like that's not the draw. The draw is like what's gonna happen with the nominees, not who's gonna be the HOH. Like,
Yeah. We also just had so much momentum building in that competition.
That's why that was fun.
With the knockout competition, you get to see the game unfolding in front of your eyes, and then it totally kills the momentum. So,
Yes.
like for the casual viewer, the casual viewer is not just like just sitting around like, oh, I guess I'm not gonna. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be so excited 4 days from now.
yeah, exactly. It's
No.
not like it's the next day even. Like, yeah, maybe if it was like the next day, like the episode is tomorrow night, it's like, ooh, like I'm a little excited for this
Oh.
for tomorrow night. Like, okay, maybe, but like.
Wait, a level 10 guy.
Like have a few days in between, you're just kind of like, oh wait, what were we doing again? And then you like get back into it, and you're not like excited. You're just kind of like, oh wait, this is it. Okay, the HOH. Okay, cool. It's like
They have to completely reset where the house is at, what's going on. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I think even from the casual perspective, like when I watch the challenge, I hate it when they end before the elimination. Like it's like the cliffhangers are dumb because I don't care by the time it starts up the next week. And when you start an episode with a competition, I'm just like, I'm not even like I haven't even situated myself. Like I don't care. The end of an episode after a build-up of strategy and a vote out, that is when you are most invested in that competition. And I will say this: I prefer saving the HOH for the Monday episode if it means that we don't have a dumb twist competition on every Monday episode. Like, if they need a competition every Monday, then I would take an HOH comp over a twist comp. But if they really need a competition, I'd still prefer like a half comp than
that was
than
a
pushing
thing
the
that we
HOH
weren't
comp.
supposed to get caught.
Totally. And I mean,
I
look, even when I
Whatever.
wasn't watching the feeds and I was like, I guess as close to a casual viewer as like
I
I was.
didn't realize that was what we were trying to
I would
do.
still like look up the next, like I'd look up that night who the HOH was and then tell my whole family. Like I didn't watch the feeds, but I would look at the update website and be like, oh, this person's HOH, and I'd let my whole family know so that by the time Monday came around, it's like, okay, cool. I don't know. I just feel like it's just such a waste. It's like I get the logic behind it, or at least like what they think is happening. It's like, let's keep them on the edge of their seat, leave them on a cliffhanger. But like, you can't maintain the edge of your seat cliffhanger like vibe for 4 days.
And here's the thing: like the actual cliffhanger, like the actual draw to come back, is already there. It's already built in. If you see who wins the HOH, then it becomes, okay, here's the new HOH. What are they gonna do?
Plus, then you can think about it.
Exactly.
Like over the weekend or whatever, you can be like, even if you're not watching the feeds, you can
What
be
are they
thinking
gonna
to
do?
yourself,
What
yeah,
are they
like
gonna
who are
nominate?
they going to nominate? I think this person's working with this person. Oh, but is this person going to be safe?
Oh, does this
like,
mean
if
my
you don't know
favorite's in
the-
trouble? Oh my god, I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm so worried. I can't wait until Monday. I need to see
And
on
if you
Monday if
don't
they're gonna be
have-
in trouble.
If you don't know the HOH, you can't do that. You're just like, well,
That
I
was
guess
terrible
we'll just have to
thing,
wait and see
but
who's
whatever, we got
HOH.
Yeah,
Can't
the
even think about the show.
Oh,
The
fuck off.
cliffhangers where you actually have to use your brain to think about the game and start thinking about, like how you're emotionally invested in the game. I guess Global's just not interested in that. It's just kind of like they want you to just throw your hands up in the air and say, well, we'll see who wins it. I also just think that, if you're going to have a competition on the Monday episode, like at least have it be an endurance episode where we can get some, some confessionals, have it be longer paced, because with the knockout competition, it's so quick. Like, how long is it going to take? Like another 5 minutes in the episode? Like, there's no point in saving that.
Yeah,
like,
we needed 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It was
Seriously.
again, it's one. You're completely right. It's one thing to like shove them up on a wall and be like, they're in for a ride tonight. This is gonna be a while. Tune in on Sunday/Monday to find out what happens. It's another thing to be like, all right, we've got 120 seconds left on the clock. Whoops! Hold on.
Oh no.
Tune in Monday. as
Like, and
we
it's like,
repeat the entire competition again for you.
I get that they probably are thinking to themselves, like, yeah, but this way we can put in, like, confessionals. Like, this way we can put in diary room sessions where, like, they're saying, oh, I can't believe he paired me up with Victoria or whatever, you know? Like, but at the same time, it's like they can still do that after we already know the HOH. They can do a flashback thing where it's like, well, I was really upset that he put me up against this person and this caused this rift between us. Like, it's not, like, impossible to flash back. We've seen it done before.
I mean, when I think back to,
What's that?
like, when I was still, like, on the feeds, but when I was a younger viewer and I cared more about, like, the outcome of, like, the players playing. When I was watching BBUS, some of the most memorable moments from when I was watching the episodes were HOH competitions. Because those I knew were like the most important bits, and at the end of the eviction episode, they'd have an HOH and like, oh my god, like is Janelle gonna get this? Like, come on, Janelle, come on, Janelle.
Yeah.
And then when she'd win, you'd be like, yes,
was that?
like yes, and like those were the best moments, and I feel like we lose those. And like I get it. I also complain that the eviction episodes don't have enough content because we need to fit more. We need to fit this whole flip in. Like if the editors were listening to me, they'd probably be like, well, what do you want, Taryn? Do you want the flip or do you want the HOH? And what I'm saying is that I'm getting neither right now. So at least give me one. But again, like it was 2 minutes. You don't really need that much time.
They also could have moved some of the stuff to Monday. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they could have moved the
kiss or something.
The kiss. They could have moved finding the flip flop and the balls. They could have moved the video messages because I thought they were showing the video messages because that was going to be part of the HOH competition or something like that. But they could have moved literally all of that to Monday's episode in order to cover stuff that happened prior to the eviction, which is now irrelevant. Like, I feel like it's like, now it's like, okay, yeah, Josh is already gone. Like, we don't need to see why. As long as it doesn't, like, affect the next weeks, like, who cares?
Yeah, the thing is, it's not even, like, a time thing. Because the Big Brother Canada evictions, they're not live, right? They're pre-edited, they're pre-taped, everything. So they are really riding on the fact that it is a cliffhanger, even though I feel like it's misguided, in my opinion. Yeah.
All right. So that's what we're talking about now. But I do want to say, again, very happy that the teams have ended. And so I don't want it to like the HOH thing, long-standing complaints, but very.
Yeah, I feel like all these complaints are just constant for Big Brother US and Canada. This is not an exclusive thing.
I will say this, although I will also compliment, and I know it's not intentional, but I love the no audience. I love that there's no audience. I personally like the vibe more. There's no chance of interference from the outside, from the audience. And no spoilers, which is so nice. And I know that's not a problem for casual viewers, which is their primary concern. But it's definitely an additional benefit to something that I already really like. I love the no audience.
Yeah, it especially plays a big part.
Oh yeah, that was another
Big Brother
thing
Canada
that
too, because they could always hear, like, if like
does
for example,
seem
like with Cindy putting up Netta, like that was a big thing because Cindy heard everyone like outside of the house cheering for her to put up Netta. Like, but now, you know, we don't have that, so now everyone really is playing in a vacuum, like Big Brother's intended. And for that, I think that's really
Phil Spencer
exciting.
essentially kind of confirmed that Bethesda games are going to be Xbox exclusive.
At least I do. I do
or at least exclusively, technically it's exclusive to any console that has Game Pass, which is essentially like a, hey, Sony, put Game Pass on PlayStation, which is definitely not happening.
But I feel like it just adds to an atmosphere to not have a crowd. Like, the audience really does, for me, make it feel like it's just a game show. It's just, they're on a set.
Okay, what do we got here? Well, 48. Okay, we're near that level.
More like it's in a bubble. Like, it's like, this is an alternative
Ideally, we'd be,
world that these people are playing this ridiculous game in. That's
I mean, should we just do the move?
US Big Brother. And
I was gonna say they used to do that. That used to be the way it was done. Like Julie would just like greet them and be like, "Hey, welcome back outside. Like put your suitcase down." You know, it's like that's just the way it was, and it only changed more recently. So I think like I'm fine with no audience. I don't miss it literally at all.
Cool. That was way easier than I thought it would be.
There we go. Anything else from the episode that we want to talk about before we start speculating on this HOH information?
Nothing further for me. I think we covered it.
Yeah, I guess the one thing I didn't really get to talk about, like the house meeting, and of course, like they really like abridged the house meeting like a lot, like from what went on in the feed.
They cut Roe out of the entire thing.
Yeah, I guess my biggest thing though is I wonder, like, you know, because in the episode we really saw like Austin getting kind of thrown under the bus by Josh, which was like a part of his master plan or whatever. But I kind of wonder, like, why Austin.
Let's pause. Okay, so I guess there he is. Oh, Sejima too. Ooh. Yeah, I knew they were in the game. Well, actually, I did not know Sejima was in the game. I knew Majima was in the game, though. Huh. Interesting. Man, this would just be so weird if we were playing with English right now. Like, I really can't imagine it. Who's voicing Majima, actually? Is it Mark Hamill? Like, did they get Mark Hamill back from Majima? From the original game? That'll be fucking even weirder. Wait, so what is he now? Yeah, he's like, the Tojo Clan doesn't exist anymore. Now, what the fuck are they doing then? Okay. This does seem really forced, though, doesn't it? Like, this essentially does feel like they were like, hey, we gotta have Majima in the game. Let's put Majima here. This is cool, though. Wait, is it just Majima? Oh. Well then, maybe we'll try this one. Oh, we resisted all that. Oh shit. Oof.
Austin did do a better job of trying to like stop the house meeting, because I feel like she did kind of get caught, and I feel like no one really made anything of it, but I feel like it would have been a smarter move for Austin to try to, like, you know, try to diffuse the house meeting as much as possible. That was something that I kind of thought was maybe not the smartest decision by her, and I feel like it just fits well with the rest of the way she's been playing the game.
Yeah, I feel like it's like when you're playing Among Us and you're an imposter, and everyone's like, let's call another meeting after this, guys. We have more to discuss. And you're like, no, I don't think we should have. No, yeah, definitely a great idea, because I'm not an imposter. I have nothing to hide. I feel like it was very, very that much, right? Like, very like, well, obviously I'm down for a house meeting because I'm in the right here, so,
Yeah, and she wasn't like horrible. Like she's not like the worst liar I've seen ever. Like so, she mostly pulled it off, but like she kind of did put herself in this position, and especially like we saw like she was kind of like encouraging the house meeting. She wasn't trying to defuse it at all. Like Jed was like, all right, let's do it, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, are you really that like supportive of it? But you know, I think she did an all right job with, even though it was her fault.
Can I also say, so they showed a flashback. When, so Josh says, hey.
What was this? Oh, okay.
I asked you if you thought there was a Pretty Boys 2.0, and you said yes. And then they did a flashback to that conversation. He was like, so I'm thinking Pretty Boys 2.0. What do you think? And
that was like barely everything.
And this is a visual for you listeners. Like the
tiny
slightest
nod.
of nods. Like, does that really count as a yes?
I feel like each of them were believing what they were saying, because she's saying, I didn't say yes, and he's like, you said yes, you agreed with me, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, technically she like agreed with you, she nodded a little bit, but technically she didn't say yes.
Wrong one.
Like, she
I think we should
even
heal.
if she agreed with you, she didn't say yes, so she's not lying either. I feel like it's like, I was hoping for more clarity, to be honest. Like, you know, when they do those flashbacks during these fights where they like are referencing other things, it's like that's the way the audience is brought in on it and made to know, like, oh, this person's like lying, this person's telling the truth, like this is how we know. But I feel like I left that still confused, still not knowing who was telling the truth. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I was hoping for a bit more there.
Yeah, I feel like a nod is like the bare minimum that you can do to just like keep the person talking. Like, what is she supposed to do? If she disagrees, is she supposed to like just be like,
wait, are these
all out, like,
multiple times?
no, actually, I think that you're wrong.
Oh, fuck
like,
off.
That's gonna lead to, then he's gonna be like, well, let's discuss it then. What if she doesn't want to discuss it? The easiest thing to do.
What?
Sure, John.
Sure.
That is not like it wasn't like she was like, oh my god, Josh, I agree. Let's talk about it.
Also, like, who cares? I feel like the whole thing is stupid. Like, Josh is allowed to say, I think, hey, maybe we should be worried about these guys. They seem to be hanging out a lot. Maybe they're Pretty Boys 2.0. And she's allowed to, like, speculate about people. Like, everyone's allowed to speculate. Like, you're allowed to throw out potential pairs or alliances. I mean, that's the point. And if you're not throwing out potential alliances, then you're being, like, purposefully obtuse. Like, I just feel like you shouldn't, like, I don't know why people were even like questioning like why this was a big deal. Why did they care that?
Okay, so that is a thing
Josh
that we can do.
potentially said there might be a Pretty Boys 2.0. Like, so?
I think that's just the beauty of Big Brother, or maybe not the beauty, but that's like, I feel like if you're on the top, you know, you're allowed to name, oh, this person, this person, this person. If you're on the bottom, you kind of just have to keep your mouth shut. Like, unfortunately, that's just the reality of the situation. But yeah, it should be more like, what, especially in the beginning of the game, like where people are speculating about stuff and they don't really know each other that well. Like, they should be allowed to say whatever they want. Yeah.
Yeah. I would just like everyone to know that when I do say things like, yeah, or I'm not necessarily agreeing. Just letting you guys know. All right, in case you try to bring it back on me.
Taryn uses those a lot too.
What?
All right, let's get into some spoilers here. We don't know much, but we know who the HOH is, and so we can try to speculate based on that. If you don't want to know because you are on the edge
we can
of your
turn out any
seats
turn.
and you are waiting excitedly with bated breath to watch the conclusion of the HOH competition Monday night, then you can bow out here, and we will see you guys on Monday night probably. But we've got plenty of other stuff coming your way, so you shouldn't miss it. You should just stick around.
What?
And we'll have some fun. So here we go. Let's get some spoilers.
The Office of Civil Defense has issued the following message. This
Oh,
is
fuck off.
Spoiler.
warning.
A spoiler.
Warning means that an actual
Spoiler.
I thought we had to spend that much money to fucking retry.
protective action should be taken.
They heard it this time. They heard it, guys.
I love the spoiler song.
Fuck, so let's start from the beginning.
So, we found out that we have an HOH
That's really annoying.
winner, and that winner
Maybe we did need to
is
level up more. God damn, I really was feeling confident.
Congrats,
Victoria.
Victoria.
Shocking, to be honest. I really did not expect that.
Yeah, I mean, she said she was throwing the veto competition, so I kind of expected that she wasn't really going to want to win this one, but she did.
I
Plus,
have no idea what she's gonna do. Like,
her first round too, like she won by default. So I thought like, oh, she's not going to be very good at this one moving forward. Like she'll probably get out right away. Nope. There we go. Good job for her. I mean, like Phil said, I have literally no clue what she's going to do. I mean, I guess we can like kind of assume like who she wants to work with or like who she likes or whatever. But I just feel like if we wanted like a wild card, I feel like this is it.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Victoria, at the start of last week and throughout most of the week, was hanging out with Brayden and Austin. She's pals with them. She was very close to Julie. She has the connection to them through Julie. She's buds with them. She was trying to get Austin to target LaToya at the start of last week. Important to know. But she also tried to pitch an alliance to LaToya this past week. One with Toya, Ty, and Jed. And she told Toya that her targets were Tara and Brayden, which is weird and probably a lie, but she has told Brayden and Austin that she doesn't like Tara and would want to target her. So Tara seems like definitely an option here for somebody that could go up on the block. But she also is the person who ratted Toya out to Kyle and Ro. She seems to be telling a lot of information to Kyle and Ro. It seems like she probably wouldn't put them up, which is very interesting because that will prolong, potentially, the Kyle-Ro Sunsetters war. But I don't know which side of it that Victoria is on at this point. I'm not sure if she'll put up Toya. She could put up Kiefer. He's certainly worried about it because he was going to go after Victoria. And she could put up Tara. So those are the three people I'd be looking at the most right now. And I'd also look at, like, who is she going to bring in? Is she going to start working with Kyle and Ro? Is she going to get Austin and Brayden to actually start caring about the game? I don't know. Maybe all of the above. Maybe this is the start of a real opposition side. It could be interesting.
I feel like this is like one of the better case scenarios for not having a dominant giant alliance. Like I feel like both last week and this week we've had people outside the Sunsetters winning. And I think that's huge because I feel like for the most part you get a big dominant alliance and then they win HOH every week and there's nothing. I mean, you can't build momentum as an outsider if you literally are on the block every week. Like it's just, if you're always a target, then you can't build anything. So at this point, like I am very excited to see what happens. I hope that Victoria uses this to her advantage to create some sort of external alliance, you know, and they can form something real and not just kind of like. I'm worried. I don't think this will happen, but I hope this doesn't happen. I'm a little worried that like possibly that someone from the Sunsetters or whatever can influence Victoria's nominees to like be outside of the Sunsetters and just like pick off another external person. And I hope that's not the case, but like, you know, that's what we can hope for.
The thing is, either way, it's still very exciting because, like you were saying, like this is exactly like what we were looking for all of last season, where someone in the dominant alliance not winning and getting someone else to potentially put them up. But this is also great, like for as a viewer of like the Sunsetters to see like, okay, let's see how the Sunsetters are able to navigate, if they're going to be able to get the whole team through this week and see if they can play Victoria. And I also just think that, with the whole Victoria Toya thing, like, even though she did rat out Toya, I feel like it's just part of Victoria's nature. Like, she's just kind of been very loose-lipped in the house all week, and I just kind of feel like Victoria just kind of just spills her guts out to whoever wants to listen. So, I feel like the anger might come more from Toya's side. And I remember, like, you know, Victoria and Toya do kind of have like a little bit of a relationship. I feel like Victoria has been trying to give her a little bit of trust. She's broken it a little, but I feel like Toya should be good this week. I mean, we'll see what happens after like a veto, but I'm not as worried about Toya as I would be for like Tara or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely think, based on initial impressions, my guess would be that this week will come down to will the Sunsetters be able to get Tara on the block, and if so, probably out of the game, or will Vic stick to her guns, leave Tara alone, and put Toya up next to Kiefer or somebody else who Toya would potentially go home against. And even if she is against Kiefer, what happens then? You probably have people like Tara and Tina trying to rally votes for Toya, and you know, maybe have Vic trying to get Toya out. Not sure there. Maybe she doesn't even go after Toya. Maybe she does just stick to Tara. If it is Tara that she's trying to aim for, then she is able to keep both sides probably decently happy, although Kyle and Ro probably wouldn't be too pleased with that because they probably feel pretty good with Tara at this point. So I think this will definitely be both sides trying to court Vic, and in one side will be saying Tara, and the other side will be saying Toya. And I don't know. We could see Toya leave.
I forgot that was a 2.
We could also see like a different Sunsetter take the hit here. You know, it's really up in the air at this point.
Sage one gets the next turn.
This is great. I'm just super excited to watch the Kyle and Ro versus Sunsetters duel. Like, you know, just because like I was very, you know, excited about the potential flip, but I always loved the promise of Kyle and Ro staying in the game as long as they possibly could to see if they could, you know, potentially upset, you know, whatever, you know, Toya and Jed and Ty are setting up. So I'm very excited to see what happens, and you know, I think it's going to kind of just be a race for whoever can pull Victoria in the fastest.
I also think it's partially going to be based on
I fucked that up too.
Who what and who told who what before this potential flip that happened this week, or that didn't happen this week. But I feel like, you know, people like Austin or Brayden or possibly Victoria or Tara or whoever, if they felt out of the loop, I mean, same with Ro and Kyle, like if they felt left out by certain people, they might be upset with them and try and get them out. So I feel like there's a situation where someone who thought they were close with someone else realized, because they weren't told about this flip or they were kept out of the loop or whatever, that they aren't so close, and in fact they want to try and get them out. So I feel like it really depends how this all went down right before the vote. So I'm really excited to see what the noms are, because I honestly have no idea at this point. So it really could go any direction, and that's what you want. Like, that's what you want when you hear who the HOH is. You want to be like, oh my god, I have no idea what's going to happen. That's what keeps it exciting. That's what keeps it fun. And so I'm very excited for this week.
Yes, and Scott, with a good point in the chat, just to solidify this, if only one Sunsetter is on the block and they stay together this week, they will control the votes. There will be 9 votes with 12 players in the game, which means that 5 votes will be a majority. So if Toya is on the block against Tara, the rest of the Sunsetters can vote Tara out without needing any extra help. So in order to for sure take out one of the Sunsetters, you need to have them against each other. Now, the part of the problem there is that Vic might not know exactly who is in and who is out. She may think that Tara is with those guys, and that putting Tara up would be
I think
like
we got
one
a
of their
heal.
alliance members up. But I think the counter to that is that Ro and Kyle might be around to say, hey, no, Tara's with us. You don't need to do Tara. If that's true, you know, people like Tina should be okay, but losing Toya would not be great for Tina. Losing Tara would also not be great for Tina. I'm curious to know what that means. If Toya does go up on the block next to, say, Kiefer, where did the Sunsetters go? Does Tina try and convince them all to try and keep Toya? Are they able to get the votes to do that? If all 4 of the other Sunsetters plus Tara vote to keep Toya, They could. So getting Toya out might not be super easy here. So again, there's a lot of different ways that this can go, and Vic does not have all of the information to know exactly how to make her plan work, depending on what her plan is. So this really could be a very interesting week.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that, Victoria is able to, not be easily influenced by just another alliance pulling her in. And I hope Victoria's going to really try to assess all the pieces that are on the board and see where she fits in and where she's going to be able to move forward. I'm not sure if she has, like you're saying, like the tools to figure that out. But either way, even so, I'm excited for a hot mess HOH if that's what that means. Because, it's kind of fun to see a hot mess HOH sometimes and see the strategists try to, flail around and see how they can save themselves from the burning building. It'll be fun either way.
I can say it sounds like, from what I'm reading, I'm seeing a little bit in the chat, I'm seeing a little bit elsewhere, that Austin, Brayden, Ro, and Kyle have been talking, comparing some notes, and that Vic might be involved in some of those talks. Maybe not, but basically, Kyle and Ro have been saying, you guys can't trust Beth. You guys cannot trust Beth was involved in that flip. Beth is against you. She's with the guys.
What the fuck?
And it sounds like they might be believing it, which would be very interesting. Maybe we could see Beth on the block next to Toya. Wouldn't that be interesting?
It'd be funny to just, or maybe not funny, but the concept of, both Beth and Toya being, perceived.
Yeah, I think we just need to get rid of a catch. Module. Why did I say catch? Get rid of module as quickly as possible.
They're the ones that are both with them. But I think that also is another flaw that's in Beth's game, where because she's kind of hooking up with both these guys, potentially starting a showmance with Ty, but kissing Jed, it's easily perceived to be like, okay, this, they're all together, they're working together, they're kissing, they're in bed together or whatever, so they're together. While, Toya is kind of not working more under the shadows because everyone knows, but I guess it's easier it'd be harder to see that Toya's working with the guys as opposed to Beth, who is obviously just like right in front of everyone, like Beth is flirting with both Jed and Ty. So, yeah.
Got a full-on puppy fight going on in the background.
Sorry.
No, it's actually adorable.
It's a little show, I guess. They're like literally, I'm just sitting here on mute. They're so loud.
All right, well,
I keep telling Dennis to take them away.
I think that's basically what we've got here tonight. There's not a whole lot else we can speculate on until we find out more about Vic's plans. But it does sound like there could be a Kyle Rowe, Austin, Brayden side coming together. That would be very interesting. As we said, that would form a two-sided house right now. And Tina would be probably the only person capable of infiltrating that. Does she have the skills to do so? I'm not sure. She's very good at one-on-one conversations. She's very good at getting people to trust her, but she has not proven to be very good at infiltration and making sure that she's caught up with people that she's not actually with. So I don't know, but there's definitely a lot of intrigue that we have here moving forward, and I haven't been this excited about Big Brother in a while.
I forgot what this is like. Just the feeling of
right?
this. Like last season, I had, or in Big Brother 22, I had none of that. And Big Brother Canada 8 was so short. I can't remember the last time I've just been excited for, an HOH and seeing, how the game's going to move forward. I'm actually excited, thinking about, where this game is going to end, because I have no idea. None. Even in Big Brother 22, you were able to figure that out, within, week 3. Okay, I think I know who's running the game. Here, we have no clue, and that's what Big Brother's all about, and I'm loving it.
Right, and to get excited when you check the updates or check the feeds or whatever, to be like, okay, wait, what did I miss? What happened? When I was asleep, what happened? Did anything happen? It makes me so excited, and I was so excited waiting for this episode tonight, and I feel like I haven't had that in a long time, to be excited for an episode. I just felt like I feel like so far this season is so exciting. I'm rooting for everybody. I feel like a lot of seasons lately, I've just been kind of like, okay, there's a couple people I like, everyone else can go, so let's just get this over with. And I feel like this season, though, I've been very excited about everybody. I think everybody's in it to win it. They're all playing. It's such a great cast. It's such a great season so far. I'm very much looking forward to seeing the rest of it, honestly. Very fun.
All right. Well, that's what we have for you. I will, of course, be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern to update you on everything that happens tonight on the Big Brother Canada 9 live feeds. And then we will be back on Monday nights for the Monday night recap. Rob will be here. We'll talk with Rob about everything that's been going on over the weekend and on the episode. I will
So maybe
also
the
be on
move
Twitch
is actually
over the
to
weekend
keep
playing some Among Us.
one alive.
Still could maybe go live tonight if we're excited. I'm pretty excited, so maybe we'll go live tonight on Twitch.
Maybe that is the
Twitch.tv/Taron
move.
Armstrong to check in there. And then, of course, we got a roundtable coming up on Tuesday. Hopefully, you all put in your orders in the stock market, stock watch.
Oh, I did, but now I'm like, I think I made a huge mistake.
Oh no!
Already, the first one, I think I really blew it, so I might be out.
Oh boy.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm not out like I picked Josh, but I am like thinking I might be out this week.
Am I sensing some Toya? Don't answer. We'll have to find out on the roundtable.
You'll find out on the roundtable. You'll find out what mistakes Melissa's made and how bad she is to stopwatch on this week's roundtable.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's a cliffhanger.
You'll have to wait and find out. Wait till Tuesday.
So yes, check all of that out. I did a stream earlier today talking about the stock watch. It was very fun. So check it out. Be a patron of Rob as a podcast as well. Don't be slacking with your patronage.
I'm surprised he survived that.
It's like all the time when you had patrons, right?
Yeah.
No, actually.
Exactly.
Bill, where can people find you?
You can follow me on twitter.com/listenupphilip. That's twitter.com/listenupphilip. And I'm also writing a lot of movie and TV show reviews on letterboxd.com/PNTJR. I'm watching a lot of the post-Disney Renaissance era animated films, like the hand-drawn ones, just to kind of see like how Disney
this time we survived it.
lived after that golden age. And I watched Treasure Planet. It wasn't that great. But you can just follow me, and I'm always writing stuff there. Yeah.
There you go.
Who's
Melissa,
next?
What are you up to?
Okay.
I'm
I'll do this
it's Melissa with 3 A's on all social media. I just recorded a podcast for stuff 90s shows taught me about Mary-Kate and Ashley, which will, I think, be up next week. So I'll repost it or whatever on my Twitter once it gets posted. And it was a very fun, long conversation. If you love Mary-Kate and Ashley as much as I do, you will enjoy it. So it'll be good.
All right. Well, final piece of information before we wrap up here. Apparently, Vic has just told Tara that she is good this week. She's not going on the block.
Good.
So,
that would have been like such a safe, boring week.
oh boy.
Wow. If we get a Sunsetters blow up week 3, I'm really living. This is
Oh
golden.
yeah.
I'm so excited.
So good.
Wow.
I love it.
All right. Well,
It's gonna be a good week.
it is. All right. That's what we have for you. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning for the update. And I will see all of you next time.
Okay, we're already nearing 50 minutes on this episode, so we do need to end it kind of soon. Okay, well that was kind of bullshit, wasn't it? Okay, that's fine. Fuck, he gets to go again? Wait, why are they getting so many moves in a row? Oh fuck, I'm out of it. Okay, well then, I have any staminans? I don't remember if I bought staminans. I feel like I did. Yeah, well, okay. Oh, there it is, XX. Yeah, let's use these on him. Should probably use one on him too, actually. We have the money to afford stamens at this point, so. Yeah, let's do this. Please kill Majima. We killed Majima. Yes. Okay, we're in a decent spot then. Okay, so now... Okay, well, actually, he gets 2 turns in a row, so that's not great. Yeah, we can revive... Wait, we have... Is that worth it? It isn't if he just dies again. But is it worth even using? Yeah, I feel like it is. Is that it's like here we can use this. Use that. Okay, he's attacking Kasuga, that's not great. But he survived anyway. Okay, how do we want to approach this? Well, we know Kasuga's next. Because Kasuga doesn't really have that many great individual attacks. Oh, fuck off, that did like nothing. So here we use something like this. I think we might need to end the episode soon, by the way. Am I willing to sacrifice Namba? I think that's really the big question. I don't think I am right now. Oh fuck, let's just do this attack anyway. Wait, what? Okay, so that seemed good. Let's go ahead and give Adachi that. That did nothing. He's attacking Kasuga. Okay, that was pretty good. Let's see how this attack goes. It's still not great. There's compassion. This might have been a mistake actually on our end, but it's fine. DC doesn't attack us. But yeah, I mean, we should have this fight at this point. Like I feel pretty good. We had to use a lot of fucking supplies here, which is not particularly great. I don't think it's a great sign for potential moving on. I think we might have to go and grind again. But what is this? Ooh, that did a lot of damage. I think we can finish him off next turn then. I think we have this. We do. Okay, cool. We'll pause it at this cutscene, just because obviously I don't know where it's gonna go from here. I'd rather just be safe and really we're kind of forced to do another episode, which is fine too. So we'll do another episode. Thanks for watching.